Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into some Pirate Rumble with the new and improved INT attacking team. And in today's video, we're just bullying Sai. Straight up, that's all we're doing. Sai has been running riot for such a long time in PvP, with stuff like Odin, Yamato, Roger, even stuff like you can include Whitebeard and Roger, then you've got like Enel, Vershang, Scopper, Rebecca Toy Soldier, Shuriken, the list goes on and on and on with powerful units. They've also got access to a lot of good free spirit characters, as well as doing the whole hybrid free spirit defending shenanigans with like the haste that Straw Hats can give. So I'm just getting sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of seeing Sai just blowing everyone away. And even in the Super Pirate Rumble, the defensive Sai team would still win on RNG. So, like I said, in today's video, we're saying screw Sai. We're taking urouge. We're taking, what's his name, Brogy. We're taking Dory, and we're taking the new Big Mom in, and we're clapping Sai. If you do enjoy the PvP content, make sure to belt the like button for me. If you are new as well, or you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section below, like I said, if you enjoy the PvP content, because I'll happily oblige. We can make some more PvP content. Most importantly, though, enjoy the video, and let's dive into the fights. Alrighty, so the first fight is against a pretty tanky-looking Odin build. This team actually has Wano Law, and once again, I've been saying it since day dot, Wano Law stays winning. There's just so many powerhouse and driven characters that keep getting released that are good in Rumble. And urouge, Big Mom, Dory, Brogy, Moria, Yamato, Smoker. Our whole team just gets absolutely nerfed by Wano Law. As you can see, like, their stats are pretty nice, and I don't think I showed it, but Wano Law will increase their special cooldown by level 6 and decrease powerhouse and driven characters by level 6. That's giving a level 12 difference between your special charges, which means they are going to pop off drastically faster. Now, Sai and INT are obviously natural enemies, so these like fights ideally should go either way, provided you build the team out to sort of counter each other. Odin popped off pretty early, which is always very, very scary, because Odin does a butt ton of damage, as well as like action binding one of our units. We also cop the half stats on our Brogy, as well as copying the shot from Yamato. And if that happens, you're pretty much going to lose that unit. Yamato will always do like 7,000 to 8,000 damage, which means you'll basically die. Lucky for us, we survived it, but then obviously just like normal attacks from other units killed it. The beautiful thing is we have a lot of Pirate Rumble rare recruits on this team, like Smoker, the two Giants, as well as Dalton in the back. You can replace Dalton with another nuker. I really like running Dalton. But it allows us to, it will freeze up the access to Yamato on our bench. And if we do lose one of those units early that has their max special, as you saw there, we actually have Yamato coming in with a very, very strong special charge. And Yamato obviously can just like wipe two units, especially if she gets her half stats off. Unfortunately, we didn't, but nevertheless, it wasn't too bad. Halving the stats with Yamato, halving the stats with Moria. Look at this. Like, there's game over for them now. They're weakened so much, and even with their Enel like just going absolutely AWOL with like the amount of specials that he pops off. Shout out to Enel too, by the way. I forgot him in my PvP guide. He's definitely like an option on the Sai team. Honestly, he probably should have been on that like taking on INT team, because his defense like capabilities are just so strong. But when it comes to defending against INT, Wano Law is just the absolute GOAT. He's so good when you come up against Quick. He's so good when you come up against INT, because they are just drowning in powerhouse and driven units. This fight is actually going down to the wire. Obviously, it's an 8-man team. If you are using your PvP stamina, I don't recommend fighting 8-man teams, because like it can go either way, in the sense of you are basically going to go down to the wire in terms of the back end of the fight. But like I said, in today's video, we're bullying Sai. We're showcasing the power or the attacking prowess that INT now has. And when it comes to INT, it's always been a bit of like a slower, more tankier kind of team. And honestly, when it comes to attacking, I've never been a big fan. But 22,000 to wrap it up with Yamato for the first fight. Let's move on to the next one now. Alright, so the next fight is a bit of an interesting one. Obviously, they don't have an 8-man team, which is always nice to see. And their combat power is definitely nowhere near as high as the last fight. The thing about this particular team is they are using the Straw Hat crew. Now, as I was saying in the intro, Sai have access to a lot of very strong free spirit characters. This whole team is full of them. Yamato, Odin, Roger, Wano Law, and Straw Hat crew. Now, Straw Hat crew have that amazing ability when they pop their special off to give free spirit characters 100% chance of haste. That means that no matter what the attacking order is, when the Straw Hat crew pops their special off, it brings the rest of his Free Spirit teammates to the top of the attacking order. Now, if you have Odin always popping off first, what is going on, Odin? If you have all of your Free Spirit characters with their special charge, and he does something like this, and then you have Yamato and Roger and Odin and Law just waiting in the wings with their special, you're basically going to have to tank all of it. Now, if Odin hadn't already popped his special off, you bet your ass we were going to take that shot anyway. Plus, if Roger goes before all of the other specials, lucky for us he didn't, Law going last doesn't matter because he does fixed damage. But if Roger goes before Yamato or before Odin, you can be in for a very scary time. Especially if it goes like Roger, Yamato, Odin. Because Roger's doing fixed damage. Yamato can then halve your stats, do a butt ton of damage. Roger's lowered your defense. And then Odin can come in and just clean house if with the half stats and the lowered defense. So it can be very, very scary, this particular team. It's a very, very good defensive team because you're not going to win all of the time, but you're also going to like bait a few people into saying, look, I'll take you on. But like I said, we're bullying Psy today, and this is one of the Psy variants going around. I'm sick of seeing it, so I thought let's just take it down. In Super Pirate Rumble, this particular team was actually going God tier because a lot of obviously INT and Powerhouse driven teams were floating around. But there you guys go. That was the second fight. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so another 8-man team now, and this particular team again is rocking Odin, rocking Enel, rocking Wano Law. Those same culprits, as well as having Rebecca Toy Soldier, another Free Spirit Psy unit. Again, they have Strucin as well, plus you could also throw, like, Kinemon Dendro on the team if you want to do some more Free Spirit shenanigans. Obviously, dual units are colorless, but you get what I'm saying. The beautiful thing about our team is, though, is when you have the Giants together, they just have crazy buffs to themselves. The Big Mom unit is reducing the cooldowns of Psy characters by level 2. Urouge is nerfing Psy characters, doing a lot of damage to Psy characters. Yamato comes in off the bench. Her special is absolutely god tier, halving stats, doing a lot of damage. And with the new INT team, we actually have a lot of damage output. Brogy special, Dory special, Urouge special. Big Mom, if she's below 50% HP. Moria with his fixed damage, halving stats is really, really nice. And Moria giving himself cooldowns means that he's most likely going to be popping his special off very early at around the 70-second mark, as you can see here. And if he halves a bunch of stats, namely stuff like Odin stats or Yamato stats, it helps you out so drastically because it reduces the amount of damage that you take no matter what. Odin, though, like, Odin's just, he is such a weapon when it comes to PvP, man. If you see a side team with Odin on it, you bet your ass you better be scared because, like, Odin can be an absolute game changer. Now, we did lose Brogy very early. Brogy's out of the two Giants, Brogy, I find, is just way, way better. Dory has his benefits with his special blind, especially if he special blind something like Law, or he special blind something like Yamato. That is always really, really nice. But I find the amount of damage that this does a lot of damage. Good job, Big Mom. The amount of damage that Brogy can do, especially when you are taking on the side team, is just so handy with his like double shot as well. He just allows you to just kill units. But nevertheless, sometimes that special blind that Dory provides can be very, very beneficial, as you do have a lot of damage with Urouge. Now, Urouge is one of those units that's just, he's in a bit of a weird spot, right? When you verse Psy, he's so good. Like, he's so, so good. When you're versing Wano Law, though, yeah, look, Wano Law stays winning, man. It's wild. Wild in PvP out here. But Urouge's one of those weird units that if you're not versing Psy on the INT team, he doesn't really find a spot. He's got a crazy passive, don't get me wrong. His passive is absolutely busted. But, like, for what he does with his special, it's kind of like whatever. Because he's just giving you some buffs. And the buffs, they're not even that needed that much. But that was 3 fights. So I got 3 more fights. So you're at the halfway mark. Let's move into the next one. Damn, Stump, you going crazy fighting these high-end teams, boy. Look at this team. 72,000 combat power. My boy, look at you in your level limit break Starlighters. My god, man. Another 8-man team. The usual suspects. Yamato, Roger, Enel, Wano Law, fucking Wano Law, man, and Rebecca Toy Soldier. Again, rocking like a Free Spirit build with Enel. Enel is, honestly, in my opinion, he's still the best PvP legend. He finds his way onto the Psy team no matter what. Even if you are running sort of like a Free Spirit-centric build when it comes to Psy, he can still find his way on the team no matter what. Where if you look at something like INT, right? INT is very driven, powerhouse sort of centric. And everyone else that's not that doesn't really find a way onto the team. Big Mom especially, obviously, she's boosting powerhouse characters as well as INT characters. She's kind of like Odin, where Odin boosts Psy and Free Spirit. But even with, like, the Psy team, like, Odin just finds a way on, like no matter what. But this team isn't using Odin, and that's where I'm trying to allude to. This team isn't using Odin, so it does lack a lot of damage output. Nevertheless, Rebecca Toy Soldier is a very, very strong unit. Has an amazing passive, has very, very good abilities of nerfing slashes, which our Giants are. Man, we copped 3 units getting half stats there. That is not ideal. This is going to do absolutely baby damage because we copped that half stats. Yeah, absolutely baby damage. We did special bind Law, though, which is always quite nice. Law has that ability to do fixed damage, so that can be a little bit annoying. But that's what I was talking about before. Look at Brogy there, like, just doing so much goddamn damage. Brogy comes in and just, if he kills Yamato or Odin in some particular cases, it helps you out so much because you just know you're not going to be taking that much damage. Having a bench like this guy using stuff like Smoker, I think he's using Scopper on the bench, which is a bit odd because Scopper gives HP. You'd want to have him in the front lines. He's still a good Rumble unit, but Colgara Nolan, like, this guy stinks, man. So, this is what I wanted to explain, though. Combat power doesn't always mean the be-all or end-all. RNG in Rumble is still incredibly heavy, and as you guys saw there, like, we got some really, really good RNG. The match wrapped up before the 30-second mark, and we absolutely clapped that big old power level of Starlighters. Shout out to that guy, though. Pretty solid team. On to the next fight. Another whopping 72k! What is going on, people? Look at you guys with all your level limit breaks. This particular team's using, Kinemon and Dendro, which is quite interesting because, unfortunately, this poor guy doesn't have Odin. Running Rebecca Toy Soldier on the bench is a good shout when it comes to the Psy team as well. That's another thing. Psy have so many good units that running Rebecca Toy Soldier on a bench is actually viable. And for me, that is just absolutely bananas because their passive is so busted. Then again, like, we're running Yamato on our bench, right? Like, so, like, who are we talking, right? Who are we talking? But enough about the Psy team. Let's take a look at the actual in-team itself. Yeah, it's there. There you go. You looking at it? Good. No. So, it's basically Powerhouse-centric, which it always kind of has been with, like, or it's been, like, driven Powerhouse with, like, Katakuri and Super Type Blackbeard. What other units were they? Jozu. Honestly, I've never been a big fan of INT, so me trying to talk about it like the previous one is actually really difficult. Nevertheless, though, this particular this particular INT team I am quite a big fan of. And it works quite now, especially with the release of this new Big Mom. This new Big Mom helps out a lot because she actually nerfs Psy in the sense of, like, lowering their cooldown, which Psy always had a really, really good shout for. Man, that EGOgotic special just popped off. Taking off Straw Hats is massive. And we got special bind on the Yamato. The thing about Lin as well is, like, Lin does a lot of damage, but if you're above 50%, she becomes a special binder. And that can be good, like in this situation right here, but it can also suck if the enemy's, like, immune to it, like Roger and whatnot. So, I think Odin is too, actually. So, nevertheless, like, the abilities that the INT team has is, it's very nice because, like, if you're getting, like arse blasted in the early stages and you're losing a lot of HP, Lin can come in and do a lot of damage, but if you're not, she can be very good at sort of, like stalling the fight, locking up specials like we just did there to wipe it as well. Locking up specials, providing a good passive to your whole team because it is Powerhouse and INT-centric. So, the combination of Lin, the Giants, and EGOgoc's actually really good. But let's move on to the final fight now. Alright, let's wrap it up with that scary defensive team once again. These guys aren't using anything else on the bench, but this is what the team would look like in Super Pirate Rumble. This particular team was popping up absolutely everywhere, and no one wanted to fight it. And for rightly so, because it's good. It's a good defensive team. If you're looking for a good defensive team, this is what you want to be running. This team right here, Yamato, Roger, Odin, Law, Straw Hat Crew. Man, it's good. It's such a good defensive team. But, as I mentioned in today's video, we're running Riot on this shit, and we're taking it down. We got a lot of nerfing, which is great. Unfortunately, they have a lot more cooldowns than us, and have a lot more speed than us because of Wano Law. So they're going to pop off all their specials, but lucky for us, Odin has been going first. We do cop 3 units of special of Action Bind, which kind of sucks. We are going to cop the Straw Hat special, which means then Roger's going to go, then Yamato's going to go. Well, Yamato went before Roger, which is actually pretty nice. But we do lose our Big Mom, copping a whopping 10k. Absolutely wild. We'd have Yamato coming in, though, which is really, really nice, because now Yamato has her special. Because Big Mom has such a large charge, and Yamato has such a short charge, you just come in with Yamato's special, and when she attacks next, she is actually going to pop off. With this particular fight, we actually did get, like, a little bit of bad RNG. But lucky for us, like, we managed to tank all the shots. We had EGOgotic come in after Yamato, which is great, meaning that we're going to do a lot of damage to anything that has half stats. And unfortunately, basically from here, well, for him, I should say, is that we're just basically left with the Straw Hats. They have that stupid revive mechanic as well. That's another thing they have. And they can actually just pop off their special and just kill everything anyway. So that's going to wrap up the video anyway, guys. I'm going to let this one play out. If you do enjoy the PvP content, let me know in the comment section below. And belt the like button. I don't know if you guys like these videos if you're not liking, hitting the like button, right? If you are new to the channel, you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button too. Let me know what you think about the INT team or what your favorite PvP team is in the comment section below. Most importantly, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.